Hi, boys and girls. Well, today we're going to read a book that's called Where Once There Was a Wood. I see a lot of sight words in this title. Where there was a. Those are all sight words that we need to know. Where once there was a wood. And it's written and illustrated by Denise Fleming. Where once there was a wood? Does that mean it's not there anymore? What happened to it? Why isn't the wood there anymore? We should find out what happened to the woods and why. Let's find out. All right. Here's our title page. Where Once There Was a Wood. Written and illustrated by Denise Fleming. I see some of our leaves that we've been learning about. Leaves definitely help the plants make food for themselves through a process called photosynthesis. So leaves are important. Where once there was a wood, I see a lot of signs of life in that wood. It's a great habitat for these creatures. A meadow. So there used to be woods and there used to be a meadow. The meadow grew the plants for the butterflies and the bees, those pollinators, and provided a habitat for our friend the rabbit. And a creek. Oh, we've got a kingfisher and some dragonflies and a fish who is now prey for our predator here. Where once the red fox rested and closed his eyes to sleep. So the forest provided shelter for the fox to be able to sleep safely. And I can see if I look closely, there are some other creatures. Where once the ferns unfurled and the purple violets grew. Unfurled means this is furled and then this is unfurled. So we're opening up. So those ferns opened up and the purple violets bloomed. And we've got our friend the frog down here. Oh, nope, turtle. Excuse me, we've got a turtle. Looks like a box turtle. And he's trying to catch these flies, I think. And here's a bee. Cool. Where once the woodchuck left his den to catch the morning dew. I see a cricket here too. Where once the horned owl hunted to feed her hungry brood. That means her family. Her little owlets are waiting for her to catch something in her talons and bring it back. Where once the heron fished and speared his glittering food. So this woods had a creek in there, and then he was able to catch his food there. So the habitat was providing the food that he needed. And we've got our dragonflies flying around again. Looks like a nice, peaceful place. Where once the brown snake slithered and slipped out of sight. Ooh, I like that. Slithered and slipped. Those are both action words there. We've got slithered and slipped. They're describing how he moved, and that's that action word. Where once the raccoons rambled and rummaged in the night. Wow, so there we've got some more action words. We've got some rambled and rummaged. nocturnal animals coming out at night. Where once the berries ripened and the waxwings came to feed. Once again, the woods are providing the nutrition, the food that the animals need to survive. These woods are really useful. Where once the pheasants roosted and fed on nuts and seed. So if they're eating nuts and seeds, we know that they are, right, herbivores. So this woods is really useful, a home to a lot of animals. Really good habitat, providing shelter, food, air, space, water. Where once there was a wood, a meadow, and a creek. Oh, really nice. So there's a wood, a meadow, and a creek here. I'd like to visit there. Sit houses side by side, 20 houses deep. Whoa. So there used to be a wood there, and now look who moved in. So humans came and they changed the environment to meet what they needed. They needed shelter for themselves, so they took the shelter from somebody else. I wonder how that made the animals feel. The woods were really useful. The woods were providing for other animals. I see they kept a few trees, but do you think that would be enough trees for all the animals that we saw from the previous pages? I wonder what's going on here. I wonder what we can do to fix this or change it. I wonder how we can both share the space. Well, it talks about making a habitat in your backyard, providing plants so that they would have, so that animals can have some shelter and food in there, and talking about putting that oxygen back into the air that we all need. So think about your backyard and what's there, and see if you can plant some plants that would help our critters that were displaced. When something is displaced, it is taken out of its habitat. I wonder, what did that wood provide? Those woods seem to provide a lot. And how did we, humans, change that environment? And what can we do to solve that problem?